Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Graveyard Shift. Hello, Agua. Good to see you. We are going to be playing more Tavern Talk tonight, and we are going to go ahead and jump right in. Hopefully, we can find out more of what's going on with the plot and see maybe what's been causing all this starfall happening. I've been good. How have you been? Okay, let's see here. Tomorrow's our last day for work before we get a holiday here, so glad tomorrow's kind of my Friday, so yay. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad you're doing good. All right, let's go ahead and switch on. All right. Okay, we stopped at the beginning of chapter, I think that said it was chapter 11. All right. Good morning. Good morning, Clay. Did you sleep well? I slept. I dreamed about the whale a lot. I can't get its song out of my head. That doesn't sound very restful. It wasn't. Oh, well. At home, we write songs for our dead, melodies that help them on their way to Tuat, like a musical torch. I think maybe the whale just knew what I needed to mourn it. What have you been dreaming about, Tia?
Stars. Surely messages from Lady Cassiopeia that are meant to guide me.
Maybe that's her way of comforting you.
She doesn't need to comfort me.
And yet she still does.
Anyhow, I see you had time to prepare the quest. Wonderful. Let's get started.
Let's take this one step at a time. Clay, did you find the time to make some bread? I did. Decided on potato bread. Yay, potato bread! It's gluten-free, hopefully. I made you your own loaf, so you can share it with your guests. I handed it to your little purple friend and told him to keep an eye on it. Well, that's gone. Andu probably ate that. Thank you for feeding my familiar, Clay. Of course. Did you enjoy the bread yesterday? Very much. I think we needed it. We both couldn't sleep, so we had some bread and just talked.
I admit it was a pleasant way to wind down.
What did you talk about? Ferrets, I hope?
Not quite.
Many things. Like I thought it'd be fun to make her niece one of the little dolls my granny taught me to make. The ones with the flower dresses and mini axes. Mini axes. I'm sure Kyle will be back at some point today. I don't have any siblings or cousins, but Tia said she's gonna make little star lamps for my parents' garden. Is that so?
He offered to cook for my family. And I can't offer to cook for his. My cooking skills are unimportant to my destiny. But I thought if I were to visit, it would be appropriate to bring some sort of thank you gift. And who wouldn't want some stars in their garden, especially now?
That sounds lovely. Have you ever visited the Highlands before?
No, not thus far, though I have always wanted to.
Our snow dragon building competitions are famous.
I've never heard of those.
Oh?
But they do sound intriguing. When I was young, one of my favorite stories the Elysian told me was that of the ever-burning flame. It is said to have been a gift from Leviathan to the first mortals. Along with it, he bestowed the power of elemental manipulation upon his chosen.
I vaguely recall there being another version where one of his guardians stole the flame from him instead.
Blasphemous hearsay is all that is. We should be thankful for the gifts he has given us. I've always wanted to pay my respects to the flame, and it just happens to still be burning in an ancient temple in the Highlands, keeping the hope of Asteria alive for eternity. So I'm looking forward to seeing it in person sooner rather than later, and with a local guide, no less.
Ever-burning gift. Ah, we have another matching one. Legends, or clerics, say that the first flame Leviathan ever bestowed upon mankind still burns in a temple in the Highlands. Another pair. Oh, we have some more information on Saya Plains. Ah, just the Raiders of the Lost Archives. Okay. I've never visited it before either, but I once went to the Autumn Glow Festival in Verica. You can see the temple from there. The Autumn Glow Festival? What's that about?
I'm sure he can tell you all about it another time. Please, let's get back to the quest.
Sure, you're right. Let's continue since you're in such a hurry.
Now, the quest.
Of course. So I'm assuming you're going together?
Unfortunately, I was going to go alone, but Clay insisted on coming along.
Why is that unfortunate? Don't you like him? He's so nice.
It's a very dangerous quest, and he is not practiced in the ways of a divine warrior. Could you imagine if he tried to befriend some bleak stalkers?
If he can do it, he can do it. That'd be cool to have a stalker following you around as a companion pet. That'd make for a fun story, I think. But if you really want to do this alone, you could just go by yourself. Who would make her fresh bread then?
Exactly.
That makes sense. Plus, I need to meet those bleak stalkers. I've never seen any before, and I can't wait to find out what they like to eat.
You. They like to eat you.
Only if they're hungry.
Could you at least try to be reasonable?
I am. Local creatures can be very helpful. I know they can be dangerous too. Of course, it's important to have your guard up so you can defend yourself if they're scared. Generally, if you approach anything non-violently, they'll like you more. Maybe the innkeeper can give us some extra charisma too, so we can convince them to help us out. I could offer you some honey flowers as well. They can be very inspiring, even to bleak stalkers. I think so, at least. I've never tested that one out, actually. We could test it for you.
Nonsense. We need to head into this knowing we'll have to fight our way through. The name Bleak Stalkers doesn't exactly inspire confidence in their hospitality. Not to mention there could very well be many more dangerous monsters roaming the abandoned Everbloom. We need to refresh our strength in hope that our mortal weapons will be enough to damage them.
If that's of concern, I could offer you some citrine. It's infused with divine properties that'll bless your weapon strikes. With a little help from the dragons, no creature should be able to withstand you, no matter how bleak.
Citrine can only be found deep within the Forbidden Valley. How would you even have access to that?
Oh, you know, I think I recall mentioning not to say anything to you, yet here I am saying something to you about it.
No, I don't.
Anyway, I think both of your strategies could work. Strength and citrine will let you fight your way through any danger in no time. But the right mix of defense, charisma, and honey flowers might offer a more unconventional solution. Can you help us decide? I don't want to argue. Sure. Alright, Agua, what do we think? Do we want to give them charisma so they can try to talk to the stalkers? Or do we want to give them strength so they can just fight their way through? But I think it's defense, charisma, and inspiration. Strength? Okay. We will do a strength infusion with... what was it? The citrine? Where's the citrine? Where is the citrine? There it is. Okay. So it's strength with a D20. All right. Let's see here. We've got... no, that's Swift Strike. Southern Brawler. So we'll just do a
regular Southern Brawler. So we've got 2 more portions of strength to add. It's got the portion of defense and just 1 portion charisma. There we go. Did I not pour charisma in there? Oh, it's a negative. There we go. I was like, I swear I poured the charisma in there. It's a negative. There we go. I think Tia is right. This is an extremely dangerous undertaking, and an important one, it seems. You should be able to defend yourselves actively, not just passively. Plus, a little blessing from the dragons can't hurt.
But what about the creatures? I don't want to kill something again.
But you're good at it. We need to embrace our strengths.
Sometimes quite literally.
I guess I am good at it.
Most importantly, this should allow us to investigate the archives without having to hide from their detection. That's what matters.
I guess, if it means we can help more people in the end.
It does.
Thank you for all your help, Innkeeper, but we should get going now.
Indeed. Wait. Why are you in such a hurry?
Yesterday I met Fable at the farmer's market and they helped me pick out the right potatoes. And then they invited me to their barbecue on the 31st of Cassiopeia. So we need to make it back in time for that.
Well, you can't miss out on a good barbecue. Come on.
You can always leave early if it takes too long.
And what about you?
What about me?
You're also coming.
I have to work.
You also have to eat.
Saving the world is bound to make you hungry. And you might even have fun, who knows?
I will consider it. Let's hurry then.
Let's. Innkeeper, can you let Fable know we'll be back in time?
Of course. I'll let them know as soon as they grace my tavern with their presence again.
Oh yeah, Grace should know too. I think she's bringing her famous fortune nuggets.
Huh? I'll tell her as well. I wish you a successful quest.
It shall be so.
See you soon.
All right. That was very early in the morning. She came down first thing. Greetings, innkeeper. Hello, Archie. Good to see you again. It's always a delight to be here. It makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger already. I'm glad to hear that. Speaking of which, were you able to help those farmers out? Oh yes, talking to Fable was truly inspiring. They were so right. The farmers really had no interest in gold or other riches. So instead, I helped them with reconstructing their land, barns, houses. With my own 2 hands. I even got some blisters from it. Remnants of my first ever heroic deed. Very exciting and painful. Now that I think about it, do you have a recipe for a drink that could help out in this specific situation? I want to be able to help every single farmer with ease. I want to lift the heaviest logs and steel myself for the most stubborn splinters. You're right, a drink like that is still missing from my recipe book. Let me think of something. Oh, thank you dearly. Let's see, steel tonic. With the steel tonic running through your veins, you can become the buff party tank of your dreams. Its cooling qualities, mixed with a surprisingly spicy aroma, boost your vitality to new heights and leaves you impenetrable to damage. That is, if they are even fast enough to hit you. When I was making my way to your tavern, I walked past an astounding duo of adventurers. A stunning seraph and a massive half-giant. They were so utterly impressive. I aspire to be like them someday. It feels like I'm in a book, like I delved headfirst into one of the stories on my bookshelf. Magic and adventures surrounding me with every step, and unknown, lurking dangers in the shadows. This is all so exciting. but now I'm just daydreaming. Originally, I came here seeking one of your magical drinks. Of course. What would you like? Preferably something that'll help me defend myself from devious dangers, like splinters in my hands. The drink I had last time did... Well, I presume it did something, but those splinters were a real nuisance, I'll tell you that. I got you, don't worry. Alright, let's see. Just a regular defense drink. Let's see. We'll go ahead with an easy, simple Frosted Lagoon. 1, 2, 3. Some strength. And some charisma. And a Frosted Lagoon for Archie. Protection against your arch nemesis, splinters. Here you go. Ha! I can already feel my skin getting tougher. Helping people grow calluses is my secret party trick. Maybe I should bring my friend here someday. Your drink mixing magic is quite peculiar, really. Oh, your friend? Is he from Winmore as well? That is correct. I've known him since we were kids. Mostly due to our parents being of similar wealth and influence. I think we were kind of chosen to be friends. We decided to write each other letters when he's not here in Zenith. He's actually in a kind of dire situation right now. You see, he's a diplomat, deeply involved in the whole Diria mainland negotiations. Due to him nearly getting kidnapped during his last business trip to Diria, he decided to fire his entire personal security crew. If you ask me, his reaction was a little over the top, but I don't interfere with his decisions, so... Now he doesn't have any bodyguards and I would like to help him. But honestly... Oh, escort buddy. Ooh, there we go. 3 matching ones. A diplomat fired his entire personal guard and is now looking for new fighters to protect him from the dangers of a business trip. But honestly, I have no clue what I should do. He definitely doesn't need my money, just like the farmers didn't. He's got more than enough of it as it is. I mean, if you're brave enough, you could volunteer to be his bodyguard. Splendid idea! I like how you think, innkeeper. But I don't know if I'd be strong enough, even with your magically infused drinks. He might need more protection than I could offer. Well, I still do that thing with the quests. Oh, you're right! I could just hang up a quest on your pinboard. And then some brave adventurer will offer to help us out. My friend means the world to me. I would never forgive myself if something happened to him. So you're looking for the best bodyguards in Zenith? Absolutely. Well, I already have some folks in mind that are more than qualified to do the job. Let's just hope my quest writing skills are enough to attract just the right people. Do you write a lot? No. Yes. Sometimes. I love to write stories about cunning and courageous adventurers. Somehow, they always manage to get out of the most dreadful situations by cheating death multiple times. But that's, well, writing doesn't really fit the image of a heroic adventurer himself, does it? Ask Varric. Ask Varric from Dragon Age. Why would I dream of other people's journeys if I could live the tales myself? You've got a fair point. Also, it's always easier to write about things you've experienced firsthand. Absolutely. Oh, I can't wait to see my friend again and help him out. I'll be more than prepared. Fable also offered to teach me how to use a bow. How could I say no to such an enticing offer, getting taught by the Fable of the Ashen Grove themselves? It's more than I could have ever dreamed of. They also mentioned another friend of theirs, an imposing Vukakin lady named Carolyn. Do you know her by any chance? Oh, Care? Yes, I know her quite well. She's, quite the local legend. She's quite the local legend. I'm surprised you hadn't heard of her. She single-handedly slew a wyvern chimera. That's incredible! This tavern is full of hidden treasures! Apparently, Lady Carolyn is bored because her newest protege is on a mission and hasn't returned yet. So she'll be joining my training with Fable.
Oh, you're in for a ride.
How thrilling! I nearly can't contain my excitement. But for now, I've got to think of the right words for the job posting.
Don't worry about that. Assembling quests for patrons is one of my services.
Really? That would be so helpful.
I got you. You'll have the perfect crew of bodyguards for your friend assembled in no time. Trust me.
Thank you so much, and also thank you for the drink. Coming here is always a delightful source of inspiration.
I'm always happy to help.
Until then, innkeeper.
See you next time, adventurer. Oh, a new face.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, come on in.
This is a cute little tavern, I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't that convinced from the outside, but the interior is really adorable.
I'm glad. Are you accustomed to more opulent exteriors?
For sure, but I do enjoy the cozy feeling of a simple tavern. You know, it's good being away from the hustle and bustle of the big city sometimes.
I get that. Are you new in town?
I am. How'd you know?
It's been a while since I last saw a phantasm around here, that's all. I just took a guess.
Ah, I see. I came here straight from the capital. Just needed a moment to breathe, you get me?
Oh, I do. That's why I settled here on the outskirts of Zenith. This town is big enough for me to never run out of work, but small enough to not feel overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly. So, you run this business, innkeep?
Correct. Just me and my familiar in this tavern. Oh, and all the regulars that come here, of course.
Of course.
And with whom do I have the pleasure today? Perhaps one of my next regulars?
Who knows, maybe. The name's Voyage, but you can call me Voy.
Alright, Voy, got it. What can I do for you today?
Well, I mean, a drink would be the way to go, I suppose. Wait, don't tell me you haven't heard of me.
Not yet, I'm afraid. I suppose I should have?
I'm the Voy, the famous bard. Ring any bells?
Nope. Whoop.
Well, I guess you'll have to get to know me then. And what better way to do so than with a fine drink made by the finest innkeeper?
You're a real sweet talker, aren't you?
I guess I am. Yeah.
Is there something specific you would like?
No. Surprise me with something that'll make me even more irresistible, like a real Prince Charming.
Okay. That is not the personality I was expecting, but I'm not surprised. Okay. Alright, charisma. You got it. I'll go with a simple one. We'll go with a spoken heart. I'll go with a simple one for now. 2, 3. Some strength. And then some defense. There we go. Spoken heart. May this drink give you an untwistable silver tongue.
Oh, this is good. Nearly as good as my musical talent.
I have a feeling this drink might influence your next performance.
Will it boost my charisma even further?
You'll have to wait and see. Let's just say you might want to come back afterwards to get another drink.
Oh, now you're teasing me.
How about you tell me more about you now? Didn't you want me to get to know you better?
Hold on tight to your counter, innkeeper, 'cause I'm about to knock your socks off. Bring it on, okay?
So, right in front of you is the one and only Voy, traveler of lands, stealer of hearts, and the most famous bard in all of Fesoa. Not only because of his immaculate talent, but also because of his good looks, I might add.
I'm fairly impressed.
Of course you are.
Might ask for an autograph later then. But what brings you here, Voy?
As I said, I just needed a breath of fresh air. A short break from the big city.
Is it hard being famous?
Not really, no. Maybe a little bit, sometimes. But making music and performing is my job, and I absolutely love it. So it's not a big deal, really. It just makes me cherish the quieter moments.
Makes sense to me. Alright, so information about Voy. Voyage, Phantasm, 22. He, him, Bard, from Tregrin, Chaotic Good, and Arcana the Sun. Voy, short for Voyage, is a very famous bard working in the capital. He needed a short break from all the fame and troubles being a musician comes with, and ended up here in Zenith. He is a particularly flirty fellow, though he falters when you happen to match his energy.
Would it be cool if I kept you and your little familiar company for a bit?
Absolutely. Make yourself at home.
Nice.
Ah. Hello there, traveler. What can I get you?
Usually it's my role to ask that, but given the circumstances, I'll humor you.
Well, this is my tavern. Unfortunately, we're not on TikTok right now, and this is my tavern.
And it has come a long way. Love the color of the walls. A new coat?
It's been a good few years since my last renovation. But yes, I thought it was time to accept some change into my life. Thought so. What is life if not the constant changing of the self? How I missed your endless wisdom, Quincy.
I can only imagine, innkeeper.
You look like you might be in need of a refreshment. How about a drink?
Yeah, long journey. Surprise me with something as charismatic as your little establishment. Can't remember what their voice actually sounds like.
Alright, so we need some charisma. I think this one's a charisma. Yeah. Alright, so we'll put feather in, and then we need 2 more portions of charisma. And then I think the rest of it is intelligence, because we have the negative multiplier. There we go. Ta-da! Sunny Breeze for Quincy. Here you go. Liquid charisma, my specialty.
This tastes magical. Seems like you've improved a good deal since last time.
Practice makes perfect, after all.
Indeed.
So, what brings you to this corner of the worlds?
I'm looking for the feathers of a peculiar little bird. They're said to only reside in this neighborhood, or continent, rather.
What bird?
The golden loon.
That would be one in your drink, I think.
I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but the golden loon? They're quite beautiful to behold. If I were you, I'd look for them near a big lake. That's where they usually hang out.
But only in Fesoa.
Hence why I came all this way. Oh, plumage of gold, glistening in lights of day, a traveler's bold.
That would be a very poetic way to greet them.
Tell that to the stupid song of Vigor Guild.
They didn't like it?
Nah, they don't like anything that isn't mainstream. Like subtext.
But isn't that what lyrical work's all about? Pouring your heart and soul into something for others to take in. And only if you push away the layers and read between the lines will you find the true meaning.
Exactly my thinking. It's just that now I'm afraid that they'd laugh at me. Or remember me as the bard without a heart, all because they don't understand.
You know, there's nothing wrong with being afraid. Fear can sometimes keep us safe from danger. But something to keep in mind is that fear does not stop death. It stops life. Do you enjoy your art?
Yeah, and I want others to enjoy it too.
I, for one, greatly enjoyed your Golden Loon haiku. Me too.
Aw, innkeeper, thank you.
You shouldn't base your value on whether people like what you create or not. There will always be those who don't get it and those who find themselves in it. Do it for the people who appreciate your art, but most importantly, do it for yourself.
That's one way to look at it. You know, I imagined all this so differently, way easier for sure. Moving from Tregrin, the smallest of towns, to the big city, I'd always dreamt of joining this, Song of Valor Guild. And then they promptly rejected me. But I'm Voyage and I don't give up because of things like that. I don't need a guild to get out there and share my music. All I need is me and, how do you pronounce that? I don't know. I know what instrument that is, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
We'll just leave it at that. That's right. I've seen many people spend too much time giving attention to those who will never understand them. My 2 cents, live for what you believe in and allow others to make their own decisions.
That's what I'm doing.
Good. But unfortunately, I have to leave now. Gotta find those loons before it gets dark. Was nice having you around, Quincy. Until next time, and don't forget, take care of yourself, innkeeper, and be safe out there, Voyage. You too.
Nice guy.
Yes, he's an old friend.
Didn't know you do friends. Perhaps we could be friends too, innkeeper.
Not yet.
Oh.
Maybe one day. Ah, you got back just in time for fish. Welcome back.
Quick, innkeeper, your strongest drink. This is an emergency.
What happened?
Whoop. It's absolutely urgent. Relationships are on the line.
Not lives?
Listen, innkeep, I'll tell you the story, don't worry. But you gotta be a little patient because Baya really needs a drink first.
Yes, please.
What do you need? The same as last time?
Oh, that one was really delicious. I'd love to taste it again, please.
Got it. I'll get you something that'll make you feel as agile as a spider again. I think the only thing I have for that is, I'm pretty sure it is just Swift Strike. Alright, so we got 3 portions Dexterity, 1 portion Intelligence. Whoop, too much. Ah. Okay. 1 portion, there we go. And 1 portion defense. Swift Strike. There you go, my strongest strength to the rescue.
Thank you. This is good.
Oh, thank the dragons. That pause made me so nervous. I really thought he would mess it up.
Thanks for having so much faith in me, Una.
Ha, you're welcome.
But Baya, are you feeling better now?
Yes, at least a little bit.
That's good to hear. Please fill me in on the situation now. I've never seen you this upset, Baya, and you have to endure the Bloomtide Festival every year.
You're right. So, I have this group of friends. They're girlfriends. We three have been inseparable for at least a few centuries. But now...
Very insensitive to ask an emotionally vulnerable and sweet girl what's troubling her, innkeeper.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude.
It's okay.
How about I tell him what's going on, Baya? So you don't have to strain yourself.
Thank you.
Okay, so... Sweet Baya over here has had a long-lasting group of friends, right?
Right.
They're a trio, inseparable for at least a few hundred years. And they're an adorable trio, might I add. The Swamp Monster, the Banshee, and the Mari Morgan.
Ah, yes, the Mari Morgan, the wrathful spirit that is known to drown men. I've heard she doesn't really differentiate between genders, though.
Yep, that's right. Anyways, the Mari Morgan and the Banshee are a couple.
Oh, so I figured.
Have been for a while.
I recall them coming by once or twice.
But right now, how should I put it? They're in a domestic dispute.
Uh-oh.
For some reason, the two have completely stopped talking to each other. They even refuse to show up to Baya's monthly tea parties, insisting they'll only come if the other isn't invited.
Why?
I don't know. It's like they don't like each other anymore. And soon they won't like me anymore either.
It does smell like a breakup.
Let's not catastrophize.
I don't want my friend group to fall apart. People have always left me because I scare them. I don't want them to leave me too.
Trouble in Paradise. Okay, where is it? Another one! The Mari Morgan and the Banshee are a loving couple most of the time, but their current fight has their best friend Baya very worried.
No, I'm sure they won't. Say something, innkeeper.
Don't worry, Baya. They've been together for so long that they must have already solved numerous arguments. They'll get through this one too.
He's right. They've been through worse.
But what if he's wrong? What if they do break up? What if they really leave me? I just wish there was something I could do to help them.
If I might just add my 2 cents real quick. Hi, I'm Voy. That's short for Voyage. You might have heard of me before. I'm pretty famous.
No.
Doesn't ring any bells, sorry.
They're both pretty old, though. Anyway, so, Baya, that's your name, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's keeping you from getting to know other people? Like, you seem really chill.
Well, usually everyone's afraid of me. But the innkeeper has always been nice to me. I trust them. And I've known Una for a while now.
Didn't she pick endangered flowers from your backyard last time you met?
Yes. The bouquet was really cute.
I know, right? You meet a lot of people when you travel across the lands, looking for potential clients and work. And honestly, I've seen stranger creatures than her in my years as an adventurer. Baya's also really cute under all that moss and kelp.
Oh, shush. I mean, you might look a little terrifying, that's true. But maybe you just have to figure out how to get through to people. I'm sure they'd want to be your friends. I don't know about that. Usually they try to burn me. Luckily, I don't scar easily. Ooh, what a nice metaphor. Might have to use that in a new song if you don't mind. People hurting you over and over again just because they're afraid. X is leaving you, but you always manage to get over them. It's not a metaphor. Once every few moons, people surround me with torches and pitchforks. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
You don't say, kid.
But honestly, I know how you feel. Sometimes facing people is terrifying when you feel so different. But there's always something to love about everyone, like my handsome smile or enchanting voice. Maybe people would enjoy my spa. You run a spa? That's fantastic. Yes. You should come visit sometime. Voy, that's short for voyage. Just Voy is fine. Do you want to come too, Una?
I'd love to, yes. There's nothing more soothing for old bones than a nice swamp bath.
Do you get a lot of customers? No. None. Maybe I can change that. Let me advertise your spa at my next performance. I would love that. Thank you. No worries, Baya.
But let's get back to your girlfriends. Innkeep, don't you know someone that could help them out? This situation is kind of tricky. They might need a mediator.
I can absolutely hang up a quest for you if you want.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
Of course, making my patrons happy is part of my job.
Now who's the sweet talker, huh? But now I have to wait, right?
Yes, unfortunately.
How about you show us around your spa in the meantime?
It would be my pleasure.
And once we're back, there will be a solution for your two friends.
Alright, let's see. More information on Baya. Baya is a bit shy due to some bad experiences with other people. That led to her having only a small group of friends, and now that they're fighting, she's afraid of ending up alone again. Working through her fears, she invited my customers to her spa. I bet her mud masks are out of this world. Hold on just a second. I'm going to take a small break, and I will be right back. Alright, apologies. Had a spooky moment. It sounded like someone was knocking on my door. And there was nobody there, and apparently my sister is also hearing weird sounds from inside the house, so I don't know. Hopefully nothing. Okay. Alright.
And once we're back, there will be a solution for your two friends.
No pressure.
There's a millennium-long relationship on the line, remember that?
Absolutely no pressure. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. See you then, Innkeep.
Yeah, see ya!
Oh, I can't wait to feel how smooth my skin is after a mud mask.
You think I can take my crochet hook with me?
Yeah, no, like, I heard it and I thought it was my sister
coming to get my attention for something, which is initially why I took the break. And then I was like, so did you knock on my door? And she's like, no, I'm not even anywhere near your door right now. And I was like, oh, great, fantastic, because it happened twice. and it stopped after I opened my door to look for you. Okay, so our first quest for Baya. The Lagoon of Tranquility. The Mari Morgan, known for her passion for drowning trespassers, and the Banshee, singer of bone-shattering songs in the Lonesome Lagoon, are two terrifying creatures in love. But because of a mysterious dispute, their relationship is on the line, and their best friend, the Swamp Witch Baya, will do anything to keep her friend group from shattering. Couples counselor sorely needed. Alright, so that's our first one. And then our second one. Fatal Company. Political tension ensued when the canal bridge connecting Diria to the mainland collapsed, especially because spinal rhinos can't exactly be held responsible. The ambassador tasked with solving this mess is a young noble, and his worried best friend insists he is still in dire need of a new personal guard, especially since the roads are unsafe for travelers lately. If those travelers are cattle, anyway. Alright. And that's all the full rumors we have currently. Okay, give me a sip of water. Alright, part 12. It takes 2 or 3, 10th of the astral moon. Oh no, achievement cold case.
Hi, we're back.
Ah, welcome back, Melly and Malachite. Or, John.
I'm calling him Blade now.
Because I kill people with ease.
No, because of your sharp tongue, silly.
Oh. Well then, Melly, Blade, it's good to have you two back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars?
Yes, with the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out.
That's remarkable, I have to say. A good thing you went with her, Blade. It was a dangerous mission. Did you encounter a T-Rex? Of course not, but we were nearly burned alive. That's not what I would have expected. You must always expect life to double-cross you. I'm glad you both made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what was the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Yeah, now his name is Blade. Do I need to worry about Ondu disappearing too?
How about we tell you what happened in Zoford, but only in exchange for 2 free drinks?
I can see you've learned a thing or two on your first big mission.
Blade taught me how to be more cunning.
Only the basics. No need to be so humble. You taught her well. What kind of drink would you like today, Melly?
I want something... something that'll polish my investigative and deductive skills. A drink that'll make me even smarter than I am now, so no mysterious case like this one will ever be unsolvable for me.
Coming right up. Alright. So we need an intelligence drink. She likes the sparkly ones. We'll do a sparkling nebula. Alright, 3 portions intelligence. And then 2 portions charisma. Gotta stop crossing my legs. I keep hurting my knee and my ankle. Yeah, he changes his name just about every time he comes up. Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply.
Thank you. Let me try. Ooh, this is good. I can already feel it. I'm going to be completely unstoppable.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Initially, I wanted to sit this one out, but I might actually need a drink now.
It would be my pleasure if it means that I get to hear your story. Also, I am longing for another one of your little secrets.
Right, we made a deal.
Correct. So what will it be today?
Maybe something that'll help me counter her verbal attacks now that she's linguistically invincible.
So the usual, alright. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, what are we looking for here? Charisma. Okay. We'll give him a sunny breeze. He likes the sunny breezes. There we go. So 2 more portions. Charisma, and then the rest intelligence. There we go. Sunny breeze. This should make things easier for you.
Oh,
I can see it in his face.
Is it that bad?
Huh? No, silly, he likes it. You can clearly see it in the way his scarf is moving.
Ah, I see.
My deductive skills aren't that bad after all.
You think you could teach me a thing or two sometime?
Of course, then we'll be a trio. The detective, her trusty bodyguard, and the curious apprentice.
I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been an apprentice.
I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be a part of this.
But I couldn't have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty bodyguard is an honorable duty. And I'm glad you came with me.
Of course. Couldn't let you walk headfirst into the open maw of a hungry T-Rex.
Did you actually encounter a T-Rex in Zoford?
No, don't be silly.
For a moment, I thought you just shared one of your many secrets with me.
Right. I guess I owe you one of those now.
Oh boy, what's the secret gonna be?
My hair isn't actually all black.
Yeah, I can see that. I know, that's not a secret. I can clearly see the white streak. Anyways. But now, please, I'm dying to know what happened in Zoford.
Fine. It took us a while to get to Zoford, but we made it there eventually. Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention.
Which is super important. You have to get a good feeling for a city if you want to investigate it.
But we didn't have a lot of clues to start with. Just a few missing familiars and alleged ghost animals.
So we started asking around. As detectives do when they want to collect some evidence. Sadly, most people didn't really want to talk to us. They probably thought Blade was some kind of burglar or thief.
Probably because he is.
One person also mumbled something about insurance brokers, but I had no clue what they were talking about.
We started sneaking around the docks, and we overheard 2 fishermen talking to each other. They were talking about a weird dog one of them had seen earlier that didn't behave quite dog-like. Apparently they believed a sea witch had sent spirits hiding in the form of animals. And there had been a lot of weird animals around town at that point. So people started getting wary of strange or unusual creatures.
Even the non-superstitious people thought they had some kind of disease, like rabies or something.
I'd also stay away from animals infected with rabies.
Exactly, who wouldn't? It's the only logical thing to do. But somehow my detective senses were tingling. I knew I had found a clue. I just didn't know how to connect it to the missing familiars yet. Maybe familiars could get infected with rabies? And that's why they went missing? But of course, the fishermen didn't talk about any magic, wizards, or familiars. just fish.
Sounds kind of obvious to me.
So we kept looking for other clues. And we found one on the ground, surprisingly.
Oh?
It was an old newspaper with a very interesting article on the front page. Apparently, there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiars.
We decided to check it out.
That does sound promising.
It was. At least more promising than the rabies dead end. We managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky since none of them wanted to talk to us at first. I think they were kind of scared. Maybe they just wanted to protect their friends.
I didn't have time for their pathetic self-sacrificial empathy. The drink you prepared for me really did wonders. I was strong enough to overpower one of the draconic beasts. All of a sudden, they were quite eager to talk.
It only took Blade a few well-executed intimidation tactics to get them to speak up. Of course, I also took some notes so I can learn to be more threatening myself. A detective's gotta know her way around, am I right?
Oh, okay. I will be right back. My little one has woken up and probably needs to go for a potty break. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully she will behave for the rest of the stream. Let me get a sip of water real quick. Okay. As long as you don't threaten me over a drink next time.
Alright. What? The familiar told us something strange. They said all those familiars that went missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So of course we had to pay that wizard a visit. Preferably when he wasn't at home.
I think that's called burglary.
All it took to find out the wizard's address was a little bit of playing around with my trusty knife.
The familiar quickly told us everything we needed to know. So we let them go and made our way to the wizard's house.
We managed to break in without anyone noticing.
It was so exciting. We snuck around looking for evidence, maybe a hidden ritualistic chamber or something like that.
And did you find one?
Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside, there were a lot of books about different kinds of animals, daring ideas, and dubious spell descriptions. But I didn't really understand any of it. Except there was one little thing. Scribbled on a piece of paper, crumpled up as if it had been thrown away. It looked like a recipe for a magical drink, just like the ones you serve. Ta-da!
Oh, Silent Owl. With the Silent Owl, you make the night your own. Its accentuated taste and hand-selected spices allow you to become the silhouette lurking in the shadows. A quick sip of this drink will grant you the sight, strength, and subtlety of a natural predator. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we got some more information on Diria, too. Diria, located on one of Fisoa's northwestern islands, was once a small country of its own. When the kingdom of Fisoa reshaped itself into a republic not too long ago, Diria joined forces with the new nation in a historic union. The Dirians are closely responsible for the main trade routes of the Fisoan Sea, and pride themselves on their diplomatic accolades and beautiful landscapes. With its moderate climate and endlessly rolling fields, Diria makes for the ideal travel destination if you're looking for a low-risk adventure. That's where our quest is, Fatal Company. Amasa is the second most important port city on the entire continent and therefore stands as the capital of Diria. At the heart of the city lies the Great Harbor, where boats from all over the world are docked. Amasa is a diverse mixture of many different cultures, with people from all over Asteria calling the city home. Many sailors claim the best taverns for seafarers are located in Amasa. A sizable contrast to the hectic life in the city are the outskirts, which are full of farmlands or for crops and cattle. Sky peaks. On the northeastern side of the island, the land reaches skyward with impressive peaks standing taller than any other mountain on the island. The locals call them the Sky Peaks because the mountaintops reach all the way to the sky. These colossal giants are full of lush fields of vegetation on the foothills, yet as one ascends, they grow thinner and thinner. Near the top, treacherous cliffs await adventurers, allowing only experienced climbers to move forward. Viewing the sky from so high up is a sight to behold. Looking down on the land, it is possible to see the entire western coast of the mainland, even up to the capital and the Dovelmer mountain range behind it. Twinborough. Once, there were two cities on either side of the big river delta. Over the years, they became one connected city, which is why nowadays they are called the Twin Borough. The Twin Borough is an important location for trade, full of market squares and many assorted wares from all over the continent. Trading guilds and taverns line the streets from the cliffs to the harbor. While both sides of the city maintain their own distinct flair, the city's people feel deeply intertwined by the many bridges connecting their two halves. And then... Did we already read about Boreas? I don't remember. I don't think we did. Boreas is an island group in the west of Fesoa. Because of the Great Western Stream, this area is incredibly hot and humid. Large forests with immensely tall trees can be found all over these islands. This might make for a beautiful view, but also incredibly difficult traveling conditions. As such, no real permanent settlement has been built there yet. Currently, Diria and the mainland are working together on exploring Boreas. During one of their expeditions, one of the islands snatched the nickname Severed Wilds due to its, wildness. During Borean nights, one can occasionally see sparkling auroras lighting up the night. There are few things more beautiful. Lonesome Lagoon. Nestled deep within the southern island of Boreas, the Lonesome Lagoon is a mystery to most. Its waters shimmer with a surreal light, creating an illusion of a swirl, a vortex, or perhaps a portal. There are stories about dangerous entities residing within the Lonesome Lagoon, which is why the handful of adventurers who have been to Boreas did not dare to delve that deeply into its secrets. According to stories of sailors passing by, you can sometimes hear a silent, haunting melody coming from the lagoon on nights when the water glows unnaturally, warning away everyone who dares to enter. Magical Lake? Deep within the heart of the jungle, in a clearing of untamed wild magic, lies a strange shining lake. The lake is beautiful with iridescent flora and glowing water that mirrors the sky and stars above. A magical creature seems to call the center of these mystical energies home, manipulating the untamed magic of the jungle to live a peaceful life deep inside the forest. Not a single mainlander has ever visited the lake, though, so no one knows yet if these stories are true, nor who, or what, lives in this mystical lake. Abandoned Dragon Temple. Concealed within the deep forest of the Severed Wilds, the last Fesoan expedition to explore the area found the entrance to an old, long-forgotten dragon temple. Much of it seemed to be underground, and the entrance collapsed so severely that the expedition team only recorded its location before immediately turning back onto their intended path. Academic rumors speak of an ancient age and alleged murals of the great sea serpent, the dragon Leviathan. However, they have yet to present any concrete proof of the true subject of the temple's devotion. It's also unknown who might have built this temple. Maybe the island was not devoid of civilization once, or maybe the temple was not built by humanoids at all. A future expedition may tell. Alright. That's very useful.
And it's not necessarily stealing if it was thrown away, right?
Not that it would matter now, anyways. We were rummaging through his belongings and scrolls when we suddenly heard the front door squeak and creak as someone entered the house.
We hadn't been quick enough with our investigation. And definitely not subtle either. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off.
And a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous, so we had to be on guard.
Blade decided to hide under the desk in the middle of the room, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedged myself right on top under the ceiling. So I was hidden, but could still see the whole room.
Good call.
Hee. I watched as the magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colorful bird, and a two-headed sheep.
Oh no, not one of those again.
Huh?
It's nothing. Please continue.
It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly, the lizard walked on two legs, and the sheep's two heads always looked in the same direction. As if they were all infected with rabies. All four of them started to get real close to the table where Blade was hiding. And as if the wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals, "No, you three get out of here. I don't want you to get in trouble or hurt."
I already had my fingers wrapped around the handle of my knife, ready to strike. I'm sure he felt my murderous intent. But it does sound like he cared about those animals.
That's what I thought too. As soon as they had left the room, I saw him create a ball of flames in his hand. He was ready to strike. And I knew I had to do something. He would have done horrible things to Blade. So I yelled, "Stop infecting those poor animals with rabies!" The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His eyes were so big, as if he was absolutely terrified. Then the flame in his hand started to flare up even brighter.
I immediately knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rule the Thieves Guild taught me and just popped up from underneath the table. That was very brave of you. Don't know if I'd have been so fearless. Well, I had to. I saw her on top of that shelf, paralyzed with fear, so I shouted, "Jump now!"
Awoken from my paralysis, I did as I was told and jumped down from the top shelf right onto the desk. But all the notes and pieces of paper there made the surface kind of slippery. I panicked and I tried to get a grip with the help of my claws. I tore some of the papers and one of them even got stuck on my paw.
Luckily, I caught her. She was so light that I was easily able to scoop her up. And then the wizard started yelling something about annihilating all his years of research. I think he meant Melina messing up his desk.
I didn't want to destroy his notes and research. I didn't do it on purpose.
Of course you didn't. But what happened next? Were you able to clear up the misunderstanding? Maybe in another reality we could have talked it out. But the fire in his hand made me so uneasy, I couldn't let go of my knife. He was so terrified, I think he thought I wanted to attack him. So he tried to strike me first.
He shot his fireball at us.
Luckily, I had already grabbed Melina. And with the extra dexterity your drink provided, I jumped to the left and somehow managed to dodge the attack.
The whole desk exploded. There were burning splinters and papers everywhere.
Are you two okay? Did you get hurt?
I'm okay. Blade used his body to shield me.
It's nothing. Miraculously, I only got hit by some debris. Nothing I couldn't handle. I felt worse. But I was really lucky you made me the drink with those phoenix chilies.
He would have absolutely caught on fire otherwise. The flames started spreading super quickly, and the only way out of the room was past the wizard. But he had already started preparing another fireball to finish us off once and for all.
I needed a way to buy us some time, or a distraction. So while he readied his spell, I reached for the bookshelf that Melina had hidden on top of earlier. Again, it must have been your magic. Because even though it was a massive piece of furniture, I could quite easily knock the whole thing over. In that exact moment, the wizard also launched a second fireball. It would have definitely hit us if I hadn't moved the shelf.
There was a second explosion. Then burning books and huge chunks of wood went everywhere. And with a big whoom, the shelf crashed on the ground. I don't really know how it happened, but the wizard must have gotten buried under it somehow.
I knew getting out of that room was our highest priority. Sooner or later, the flames would catch up to us as well. I was sure of it.
I kept a tight hold on Melina and jumped over the burning debris to the door, then stormed outside. Getting us both to safety was more important than the life of a wizard that tried to kill us, twice.
I guess you're right.
I'm glad you two are alive and well. That does sound rather dangerous.
The story isn't over yet. We made it out of that room, but ran into those 3 weird animals that had accompanied the wizard.
I recall a lizard, a colorful bird, and a 2-headed sheep, am I right?
Correct. First I thought the rabies-infected animals wanted to attack us. But suddenly they spoke to us.
They don't have heads!
That's odd. Usually it's familiars that communicate like that.
Now hold on tight, innkeeper, because they were, in fact, not infected with rabies. The animals were actually former familiars that the wizard
Transmuted?
Yes! He transmuted them into animals! Not because he was evil, but because the familiars asked him to. They were tired of their dragon-like bodies and wanted to finally experience life as real animals.
Naturally, they had no prior experience and still had to learn how to act in accordance with their new forms. So all the weird animals like that dog the sailors were talking about?
Weren't actually infected with rabies, but were transformed familiars.
Excellent work, detective. But there is one thing I don't understand. Why didn't they just tell their friends and wizards about their wish?
It's simple. They were scared. Scared of rejection, ignorance, loneliness. So they just kept to themselves. Of course, their friends assumed the worst after weeks of not hearing from them.
It's so sad. They were scared of being left alone and chose a life full of self-inflicted loneliness instead. And then we went and destroyed their home too.
But you didn't do that on purpose.
Exactly. The wizard destroyed his home by himself. I didn't even attack him.
I know.
But what about his 3 familiars?
They went to check on the magician first, and returned without him. Their faces spoke volumes.
Did he die?
Either the falling shelf killed him or the fire did. For his sake, I hope it wasn't the latter. Nevertheless, there was nothing we could have done for him.
After we made it out, I tried to tell the familiars that they should just talk to their friends. I'm sure they could have all figured it out together. But they just ran away from us.
Understandable after what we did.
I think they heard what I said, but I don't know if they actually do it.
I think you did everything you could. The rest is out of your hands now. And you uncovered the truth, so you completed your first mission.
It doesn't feel like a success, though.
Don't be too hard on yourself. You did everything you could. Sometimes you can't prevent tragedy.
He's right. Life can be cruel, and the sooner you realize it, the better.
All right. Ah! The familiars also gave us something.
Oh?
Neither of us have any use for it, so we wanted you to have it.
Don't say that. That makes it sound like it's a bad gift, and it's not.
What is it then?
It's a ring of beast storing with a lost familiar inside of it. They said the wizard found it a long time ago, but its patron never showed up. We named it Renu.
Melina can't take care of it, and I have my sheepfish, Rufus. But you have Andu, so you already know how to take care of a mini dragon.
Oh, I absolutely do. He might enjoy some company. So thank you two very much. Oh, obtained another familiar.
I need to get back to Rufus now. He gets lonely without me sometimes.
Or is it that you get lonely without him?
He's my pet. I need to take care of him.
Don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. Though it's nice to see how much you care for your pet.
He's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago.
Oh. Were they also eaten by zombies?
No. They were burned alive.
Ooh,
Oh. Oh no.
I remember it as if it were yesterday. It was late afternoon and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. But they never returned. I wanted to look for them. But when I got to the village, every house, every barn, and even the ground was ablaze. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help. And my parents were nowhere to be found. A few of the survivors confirmed they had seen them earlier that day, before the fire. I later found out the perpetrator was the pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with a farmer over some payments, and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set fire to his barn. But the fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives. Just like it did today.
That's awful. I'm sorry, Blade.
It's alright. I bottled all my emotions up and combined them into desire.
For a family?
For revenge.
Oh.
No wonder you were so tense when the wizard aimed a fireball at you.
I just forgot that I was fire resistant. There was such a strong fear deep inside my guts that was telling me to flee. So I did. I couldn't help it.
Of course you couldn't. Anyone would have done the same thing.
I just thought that enough time had passed already that I could master my fear.
Something like that takes longer than you think. I'm also still terrified of T-Rexes and zombies. But didn't you have any friends that could have helped you with your feelings?
No. The people in the Thieves Guild helped me survive, but they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose the lonely path that was meant for me.
It's not very nice of them. But now you have me.
And?
We're best friends now. And accomplices.
Aw. As is fitting for a young detective, she's always eager to learn and experience new things, though her youth leads her to attach to the people around her rather quickly. On a different note, her favorite drink is hot chocolate. Looks like I have to add another recipe to my list very soon.
And we can found our own guild. Like a detectives guild.
Excuse me.
No.
Oh. It changed his name in the entry, too. But even a grumpy, lonesome person like him can't resist a certain stray cat's charm. Even though the rules of the Shadowbane's Thieves Guild and murderous oaths were all he knew for a long time, maybe they'll consider an alternate career in the future. A detective's assistant, for example.
Give us a few more quests and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Priscilla.
I'm sure of that.
And a good mythical morning to you, innkeeper.
This time it's actually still morning. Okay, we're gonna have to go ahead and stop there for the evening. We'll go ahead and save. Wanted to make sure we finished their tale before we stopped. All right. Thank you everybody so much for joining me tonight. We will be back Thursday evening, playing some more Tavern Talk. I hope you all enjoyed, the story we've got tonight. And I look forward to seeing you all again Thursday evening. Everybody have a good Wednesday. Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday's tomorrow. Everybody have a good Wednesday, and I will see you next time.